What's up, fool? Welcome back to the motherfucking show. We managed to make it back 2 weekends in a row, consecutive. If you haven't been to jail before, you should know what that word means. Anyway, welcome back to the motherfucking Topcast. And today's episode is all about toxicity and its use cases because, like it says, or like it is said, everything in this measure is not bad for you. And truth be told, we deal with a whole lot of toxic shit all the time outside of dealing with people and their personalities. I mean, if you ever been in the swimming pool before, chlorine is extremely toxic. You know, if you ever used bleach in your clothes before, same shit. It's very toxic, very poisonous. But the point is that toxicity has its use. And I'm going to teach you how to put it to good use because whether you want to believe it or not, no matter how good your woman is, no matter how many sandwiches she fixes you, even if she never cheats on you, women need a little bit of toxicity. And it's because, generally speaking, female nature, if you were to summarize it in one word, you could summarize it with the word masochistic. And conversely, on the opposite side, for males, our nature, if you were to summarize it in one word, would be sadistic because these are polar opposites. But anyway, welcome back to the show. I got Tone and Ro up in this motherfucker with me, as usual. You know how we do. What's up, fellas? Welcome back. Glad that you made it for another week. And you niggas was on time.
I was early. Let's get it right.
Yeah, listen to that. Niggas always want credit and a trophy, nigga.
I was early. I'm trying to hold that trophy over my head. Nigga. That's twice in a row, back to back.
Yeah, nigga, I was early, nigga. 3 minutes early is early.
This nigga said 3 minutes early is early. I know that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I want to ask both of you guys before we get into the actual content and shit about your toxic experience, specifically with women. So we could like set a floor for the discussion. Yeah, either one of you guys could go first. You don't have to raise your hand. I couldn't see it anyway.
Shit, man. Toxic. I don't know if this might be toxic. Y'all let me know if it's not toxic. But when I was dealing with my ex, she wanted, she always, cause I'm a very calm and relaxed dude. Like I don't really, I don't start shit with nobody and shit. And I guess she like took that as like weakness. And she told me one day, she was like, I want to know if you would protect me. And I'm just like, what you want me to do? Just go randomly walk up to a nigga and slap a nigga, like I don't know if y'all would consider that toxic. Like she wanted to see me get, that might be toxic, man. She wanted to see me get a little crazy or get out of character just so she could verify if I'm crazy enough or, masculine enough, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to protect her. What y'all think? Is that toxic or what?
Yeah, on her end, yeah.
Okay.
But like he said, it's a reason for it.
Yeah, it has its application. So essentially, you know what I'm saying? When I'll say two guys, when two guys are having a fist fight, that's innately a toxic situation. And it's a toxic situation because it isn't really necessary unless you like fighting for your life. But then why would you be fighting for your life? Like, why are you trying to kill me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
guess that's
the point that I'm trying to bring home about that particular type of a situation, which is what you laid out, is that you have to have some toxicity. And Jordan Peterson speaks on this. He just doesn't use these terms. You know what I'm saying? But basically, you have to be dangerous.
right.
And being dangerous in and of itself is toxic, at least to some degree. But the key is to be able to control it. You
But
know what I'm
she
saying?
wanted to see the
Control
danger. That's what I feel. She wanted
I
to
mean,
see me get dangerous.
think about this, and I'm pretty sure both of y'all have done this before. You've been smashing a chick, you was hitting from the back, and you smacked her on the ass,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
she
definitely,
liked it.
definitely.
Well, that's think
For the
about
face.
just think about that. Just think about that. A female was turned on by the fact that you physically assaulted her, because that's really what that is.
No cap.
It's a very toxic thing. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I began with how I did when I identified the fact that women are masochistic. In other words, they kind of get off on pain. It's a complex thing that has a lot to do with emotions and fantasies and shit like that. But you have some people that tell you, you know what I'm saying, when you deal with women, you should have no toxicity at all, and it's not possible. It's not possible to never cry or never feel bad. You understand what I'm saying? Or never have any calamity in your life. It's not possible. And all of those things can be considered to be synonymous with toxicity. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I get
What
that.
What about you, Tone? What about your toxic Avenger experience?
Man, where do I begin? Uh, I deal with. You mean on my end or on her end? I don't consider myself a very toxic person, man. I love Jesus.
Yeah, all right, motherfucker. You love cheeseburgers too. I bet you the
Uh,
cheeseburgers think your ass is toxic. They're like, don't eat me, don't
cheeseburger.
eat me.
But
Either or, both. Whatever you feel like.
I would say like kind of like similar to what he was saying. Like you like basically like I've seen like a chick like want to start something like intentionally. Like she'll be watching something on TV and be like, "Hey babe, let me ask you a question." Usually when that shit come up, you know that it's about to be some bullshit. So this on this show, such and such did this. What would you do? Now you can give her the answer she want, but that's not what she really wants. She want to argue, or you can tell the truth, which is usually something she would consider toxic. Like if a girl would ask you, like, "Hey, this dude bought his girl a ring, even though she cheated or something like that. What would you do?" I slap that bitch and leave. You know what I mean? I say like if I can say that, and she be like, "Slap? Why would you do that?" You know what I mean? She want an argument out of this situation, or I can be like, "No, I forgive her." But even though she did this, even she trying to get you to a point where you all gonna have a disagreement, so she can go back and forth with you. If you get what I'm saying.
Oh, no doubt. Women are like I said, they masochistic, and they have that's part of the reason why they argue. Is because they need to have that feeling incited within them. You know what I'm saying? It all boils down to feelings with women.
Yeah,
Anyway,
little shit like that. He talking about me with a cheeseburger, but he over there fucking some shit up.
I know that's right, nigga. That's the motherfucking Roman noodles. I gotta have them. This is delicious, nigga.
Nigga got them from Rome, nigga. The fuck is a Roman noodle? It's ramen,
We're
bro.
top ramen, Roman, whatever the
Don't
fuck,
be talking
nigga.
about your jail spreads on live, man. Get the Roman noodles, nigga, with the cheeseburger meat, and then you get some hot dogs, nigga, some toilet water, nigga.
We used to take.
This nigga still shop on commissary.
We used to take. I'm a sidetrack to what you just said. I'm glad you brought that up, Tone. But when I was doing time, we used to take what the fuck, cheese and wheat Lance crackers and mix them shits in the motherfucking noodles. That shit was delicious, nigga. But Tone, you just said the commissary, because I'm glad that you said that, because you very rarely hear somebody refer to a store as a commissary. That's what they call them. That's what they call a store in jail, the commissary. But one of the things I picked on, and this is, you'll only pick up on this if you ever had that experience, being incarcerated before. But when I came home, that one of the very first things I said to myself was, "Damn, being out here is not really that much different than it is for being locked up. You just get to do a little bit more of the shit that you want to do, but you still got to go to the commissary or to the store. That's the same. You know what I'm saying? And if don't nobody send you no money, you can't go to the store. It's just like that in jail. But I was able to see a lot of parallels from how what we would call regular free society, how it's very much in parallel with how the way prisons work. Same thing with the military. It's set up pretty much the same way. But anyway,
I don't know about all
we
that.
go.
I could drop my soap in the shower and be cool about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
We
So,
didn't ask you about all that, but
I'm
thanks
just
for the
saying, man. You said ain't no difference. You said ain't no difference. I ain't got to sweat or stop my shower now that I done dropped
Hold,
the.
hold on, nigga. First of all, I said ain't no difference in regards to the compensation. I ain't say nothing about dropping the soap, nigga.
All right,
But anyway,
be more Pacific,
anyway, we gonna get into the first motherfucking video, and this is an example, in my view, at least to a degree. And I'm gonna get into it in regards to toxicity and how to be toxic with women. In a way that's non-toxic
or advantageous to yourself.
that too. But anyway, let's get right into it.
Had a fight, how would you make it up to me? Contestant number 1.
Hey, how are you?
I missed you.
So I would.
Hold on. Right off the bat, see, and this goes to what I was saying. Right off the bat, she asked him, what was the first question she asked him? If we was in a fight, why would you be fighting? Women thrive off drama, man. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, let's get back to it.
I would gaslight you into you thinking you're the problem, and then I would abuse you emotionally till you get to a point where you only get satisfaction from me, and if I tell you you look good or anything like that, and then I would start slightly treating you better, so you think I'm changing, and then it would be this off and on until you're almost hooked for life, and I'm almost like a drug to you, where even when you're not around me and we break up, like you're yearning for me like nicotine. Oh, and if that doesn't work, I'd go to a movie.
If all else fails, a movie. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna let it continue.
I bet you he won.
Hopefully, hopefully you motherfuckers been paying attention. When I say pay attention, you need to be paying attention to her reaction. We're gonna finish it out. I'm gonna let it run back one more time.
All right, who are you most attracted to?
The first one, the black jacket.
You said the.
We had a fight. How would you make it up to me? Contestant number 1.
Hey, how are you?
I missed you.
So I would gaslight you into you thinking you're the problem, and then I would abuse you emotionally till you get to a point where you only get satisfaction from me, and if I tell you you look good or anything like that, and then I would start slightly treating you better, so you think I'm changing, and then it would be this off and on until you're almost hooked for life, and I'm almost like a drug to you, where even when you're not around me and we break up, like you're yearning for me like nicotine. Oh, and if that doesn't work, I'd go to a movie.
If all else fails, a movie. Okay.
All right, who are you most attracted to?
The first one, the black jacket.
You said the.
We had.
This what my red pill niggas be talking about.
Hey, nowadays, man, the FBI, if you red pill or if you use certain terms, man, the FBI coming for you, boy. So, they can't say
My bad.
I'm
The
none of that.
IBF.
But
The
anyway,
IBF.
come on, man. I don't feel like talking to you right now. I'll call you back. Anyway, I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to let you tell me in your own words. Ro, we're going to let you go first. And then Tone, tell me what did y'all pick up on that in that video?
Oh shit, oh boy know what he talking about for number 1. Number 2, she picked that nigga so goddamn fast, she didn't even second guess it. This nigga said he gonna gaslight you, do all kind of shit, make you think it's your fault. And she was like, him. And they like that shit too. Because one thing, shout out to Top, I learned this shit from you, man. When you said treat a chick like your little sister, they like that shit. Like when you roast them more than you call them beautiful and shit. Like, you walk up to a bitch, damn, you got a big ass head, nigga. You'll get more love than you would. It's like, oh my God, I worship the ground you walk on. I would drink your bath water and swallow your panties and shit like that. Like, they don't even fuck with that shit. They find that shit weird. For example,
Which it is.
It is weird, but for example, I picked up every time I pick up a chick. I like to listen to R&B shit. I pick up a chick, she starts singing and shit, and I'm just like, hey, yo, like let them sing the song. This ain't no goddamn karaoke. Sit back, and they always fall for it every time. Like, soon as I start roasting they shit, like, you sound terrible. I can't wait till this ride over. And they just be laughing and just cracking up and just happy that I'm roasting them. I'm like, y'all hoes is weird, man. Like, if I would have called you beautiful, you'd have probably filed harassment on me. But since I'm roasting you, you want to give me the number.
I told you women are masochistic. But go ahead. Continue, Ro, or go ahead, Tom.
Go ahead, Tony. I'm good.
I was gonna say is the minute he said it, she got an instant like reaction, and then he eased it with a laugh at the end, which took her on like an emotional roller coaster, which got him to be the most memorable person in the group, because she remembered where he had her down this one path and then took her somewhere else. That's him controlling her emotions at that point without even being face to face with her. Because if I'm not mistaken, in that show, they can't see each other at first. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the show. I just found that clip when I was perusing through Instagram, for material and shit to talk about of interest to me.
How you spell peruse? I'm adding that to my vocabulary. What the hell?
Nigga, you can't spell that shit. You can't spell that shit. That's wrong.
Peruse is taller than you, nigga. If you was a stacking letter on top of letter.
Said that's a big word, little fella.
Hey, fuck y'all niggas. I'm off the show.
But anyway, from the very beginning, like I pointed out in the very beginning of the broadcast, in general, women are masochistic. Now, not all women act upon their masochistic impulses, but generally most of them do, and they do it in a myriad of different ways. The most common way is sexual. When you hear chicks talk about slap me on the ass or fuck me in the butt till it hurt or choke me with the dick, you know what I'm saying? When you hear them ask you to do shit like that, remember,
uppercut.
Women are masochistic. You understand what I'm saying? But she started out with exactly what I said. Her question was what? If we had a fight, stop. If you a man and she a woman, y'all not supposed to ever fight, because as a man, if she can't beat you physically, she shouldn't be able to beat you mentally or spiritually. You understand what I'm saying? But it takes you becoming an actual man to understand that kind of a concept. But like Tone rightly pointed out, what the young man did with his words, he was able to control her thoughts with his words. And not only control her thoughts, but her emotions, like Tone pointed out. And that's one of the key things that you have to be able to do with a woman, is you have to be able to incite their emotions and then be able to change them at will. So you want to be able to piss her off, make her laugh, and make her cry, and then make the bitch smile, because now you get ready to take her for some ice cream because you fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? It's all psychology. Sex really is about psychology. You understand what I'm saying? Because sexually speaking, a woman has to be attracted enough to you to open her legs for you. You know what I'm saying? Because she put herself in a vulnerable position. So, it is what it is. But most guys, I think, you know what I'm saying, who don't really have a lot of experience with women, or who listen to their favorite dating coach on YouTube, who don't really know shit, and they have a tendency to hear shit from dudes who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, and then go regurgitate and repeat it and remix it like they made it up, because that's the era that we in, the Tekashi 6ix9ine era, the era of the fake motherfuckers having a voice. You know what I'm saying? But Ro, you mentioned that you took some advice that I gave you, and to some extent that you kind of behave like this guy with women, and you have noticed personally for you that you have become more successful with your interactions with women. That is that a good way to summarize?
My bad, damn motorcycles passing by. But yeah, man. Once I changed it up and I took the woman off the pedestal. It's easier to have conversations with them and and you get women comfortable with them. If you don't idolize them like that, because most of the time, we get taught to you call them beautiful and do all that, but nigga, we forget that we supposed to have fun too. Like women want to have fun too, nigga. They want to laugh, nigga. Why you think they always want to go out? I see this a lot too when I'm driving, when I'm doing Lyft and stuff. You always see women with a bunch of dudes. Like they love going out with men. Why? Because we be having fun and roasting and all this other shit. They don't really. Anytime I get a group of women, it's always some yapping, some arguing, or something. But when it's like 3 dudes and 1 girl, and they just going out and hanging out, like they be having fun like a motherfucker. And women just want to have fun. But if you worship them, they not gonna want to fuck with you like that. They be like, ugh, like nigga, they disgusted by you, low key.
No
I just
doubt.
seen a
And
video earlier.
hold on. So it's a popular song from the 80s by Cyndi Lauper called Girls Just Want to Have Fun. But go ahead, Tom, my bad.
I seen a video earlier. It was obviously meant to be funny, but comedy has truth in it. It was 2 girls sitting at a table. It said the first person to talk about their man, talk bad about their man, got to pay for the meal. And they both were sitting at the table quietly eating without saying nothing, because that's all they be having to talk
Exactly. We bring that out of them, man.
Right.
That's real.
And when dudes sit around, we be talking. We get to talk about the sports, some shit that happened probably.
Some dumb shit.
Yeah, some dumb shit. Like we can turn the conversation hypotheticals. Like girl, man, I've seen girls come with hypotheticals that be so trash. You be like, huh? Like what are the rules to it? But versus like where a dude will come with one and you be like, oh shit, you know what? That's a good one. And you gotta sit and actually plot out how you gonna like handle that hypothetical. You know what I mean? And it's fun.
I mean, that's I like to point out and highlight Patrice O'Neal, because he pointed out that we guys, we could be philosophical about dumb shit and it'd be funny, but women are not. They're not. Name 5 great female philosophers in history. Name them. I'ma wait.
Cardi B, yeah. I'm just playing.
Nigga, I cook. Nigga, I clean. You goddamn right. You can't put your bum ass on social media.
I could bring a comedy perspective into that too. If you look like, damn, this is about to sound sexist as fuck, because I have seen some funny comedians, but most of the funny women comedians, like all they really got is talk about, getting fucked and dating and shit like that. But you see male comedians. I was watching this one show. This nigga made a whole joke about mustard. You know what I'm saying? Like mustard is old. I don't know if it's supposed to taste like that. Oh well, been in my refrigerator 30 years and I'm just dying. But you don't really see women. When women do comedy, it's funny because you be thinking about, damn, I did fucking chicken do that before. Like it's all about getting fucked or some sexual. But men can make jokes about literally anything. They gonna cancel me for this, but it's just real shit. Like, look at the funny.
You've been noticing that. You've been noticing that when you've been going to go perform, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I was at a show last night. That's all they got.
Patrice.
It's honestly something that bothered me too.
Patrice O'Neal also pointed out that women are not funny. Like, when is the last time your girlfriend said some shit that was funny? But you keep that bitch in stitches. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
At least you should be able to.
What was you saying, Tom?
Yeah. I was saying that's something that kind of irked me sometimes. Like a lot of times I do shows and it be female comedians. I'm like, all right, come on, be funny. Don't do the basic shit that I know you're gonna do, that they always be doing. And I've met some that are like maybe like, I don't know, this sounds terrible, but like 3 that's like funny as shit versus like, how many I've seen all together, probably about 20, 30. But like they all like, they do the same thing, and I'm probably gonna get canceled for this too. They do kind of the same thing. I've noticed a lot of gay male comedians do, and they kind of just lean on that whole like that one aspect of themselves for majority of their jokes. But it's like, I know you deal with more shit in life than just being a woman or just being gay. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and that's what I be like. I'm like, come on, bro. You can go deeper than that. Like, I get it. Okay, get that gay joke out the way. Even if you want to add it later, but like when all of your material is centered around that, it's kind of like, it's like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you're a woman. What else? Like, how can I relate to what you're talking about at this point?
I'll tell you
Exactly.
one chick, she a gay female comedian, the little Wayne's girl. I don't remember her first
Yeah.
name.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
She had me in this motherfucker crying one day, nigga. I dropped my joint, burnt the carpet. I was in here crying. She was pretty funny. But in general, women are not funny. They can recognize humor and laugh at a good joke, but women generally they don't, because they don't think about things in the manner that men think about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're not really philosophical about meaningless shit. You know what I'm saying? With guys, we not only philosophical about serious shit, we philosophical about meaningless shit too. You know what I'm saying? And we make comedy out of it.
And they be taking stuff like too serious, because I was just like, I gotta dial back on my jokes, because I got a very dry sense of humor. Sometimes I'll be talking with the homies, I'll be like, yeah man, fuck that black bitch, like trolling the passport bros and shit like that. If I got on stage and said that, how many women would like really just literally take that so literally and not see what I'm trying to say and be like, oh no, I don't want him to come back to the show.
And I was gonna say that.
You got to.
I would say that too.
You got to couch that joke in the purpose of the passport bros. Be like, you know what, bitches, this niggas out here that's so mad with you. They buy a whole passport and fly thousands of miles just to get the pleasure.
Yeah, nigga, fuck you, black bitches. Like, I say that shit. All the niggas I talk like that, they laugh. Nigga, if I get on stage and I say that, boy, the feminine niggas is gonna laugh, and then the feminine niggas not gonna laugh, and the women not gonna laugh, and they gonna think I'm serious. Like, nigga, I'm literally a comedian up here to make you laugh. It's obviously a joke. But that's like, even when you joke with your girl sometimes, for example, I got a dry sense of humor. So a lot of the times my girl would get mad because she'd be like, I don't know if you playing or not, but it's just like, bitch, it's obvious that I'm playing. Like, look at the fuck what I just said. Like, like, you really think I'm serious?
Right, exactly, bro. You be like, I said some outrageous shit that, like, who would say that in a regular conversation? And you took that stupid shit seriously. Oh, do you like my hair? I ain't gonna lie, it looked like somebody did it blonde with scissors for hands. And you take an attitude like, bitch, who blind out here doing hair with scissors for hands?
Let me get mad as fuck.
If your hair looked like that, you wouldn't have had to ask me what it looked like. If that's what your hair looked like, I'd have been like, "What the fuck up with your head?" You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Something wrong with your head, huh?
Yeah.
You be wild.
Bro, like, to me, I got at a point in life where I laugh that shit off even when they get mad. But that's a very good point. I think a lot of the problem why a lot of female comedians aren't funny, at least to me, is because they have what you just did right there, like this mental block of like, oh, I can't say that. That's gonna make such and such feel a certain way. Oh, I can't say that. That's gonna make another such and such feel. But they don't got no problem going in on dudes because that's what women solely agree on. But this other shit we can all go in on. You know what I mean? Like I can make jokes about, midgets or something. You know what I mean? Like I can go make jokes about. I made a joke about what is it? Handicap parking. Like, why is it so close to the store? Like, their legs gonna hurt from walking all around the store. You know what I mean? Like, park in the back. You know what I mean? Like, why I gotta walk all the way through this? Like, they not gonna get tired. You know what I mean? Why I gotta park a mile away? You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. They be like, oh, that's not cool. A person in a wheelchair won't like that one. Or the one where I said, I guess I'm dying. I said, I did a joke about dating older women. I said I dated this woman. She used to be a gymnast, which you know what that means. Like, she was flexible. She could put her legs behind her head or around her. One time she even tied them in a knot. And, my only problem with it was I got tired of pushing her around in a wheelchair. So like, they're like, oh, that's mean, and they'll stop themselves from even getting that far into that joke.
Yeah, that's it. That's
but,
it. That's it.
but you actually bring up a very good point. Like, why do you need to park so close? It's not like you gonna run in the store.
It's like, bro, like I'm gonna be the one tired from walking around this bitch all day. Then I gotta walk all the way to my goddamn car. I'm just saying, bro.
It's a damn shame, man, that motherfucking the handicapped people could get shit done, and black people can't get shit done. I think that's completely fucked up. But I want to
Who's
move
the
on.
real handicap at this point?
I know that's right. I want to move on to the next video because it's a very nice day outside, and I want to get some outside because that's how I grew up. I think I'm a Gen Xer. I think we probably the last generation that really grew up outside. Before
Nah, you're not.
Millennials definitely grew up outside.
Nigga.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers ain't grow up outside like us.
No, you thinking about Gen X, bro? I'm telling you, bro. We used to play at a fire hydrant. We used to fucking go to the park. We had drive-in theaters that had the little playground shits, bro. We was outside.
Nigga, ding dong ditch, nigga. Ding dong ditch, sideline pop football, nigga.
How to go get it,
nigga.
Y'all motherfuckers wasn't outside, nigga.
Freeze tag, pick them up, mess them up. Come on,
throw up, tackle, nigga. What you mean?
You niggas have only been born since like 1990, motherfucker.
Niggas was still outside. Nigga, they didn't have no internet. Whack ass Super Nintendo get trashed after a while.
You was in jail. You didn't get to see the niggas outside.
Right, exactly. You wasn't outside. Nigga, you was in the
You missed the whole little portion, nigga. How you went outside? You gonna tell me out?
Hold on, nigga, because I gotta school you. That's why I was in prison, nigga, because I was outside.
And you was inside when I was outside, motherfucker. You
exactly. So what you talking about?
When I was doing time, nigga, you was still drinking Similac and shitting on yourself.
Guess where I did that shit at? Right outside.
Hold on, baby Festa and Tone. Nigga, you was goddamn one of them little fat welfare babies running around the yard with the shit in your diaper. Just, you know how the diaper sag down an extra 6 inches. You niggas was born in
that wasn't my shit in my diaper. That was my baby nuts sagging in my goddamn diaper. What are you talking
about? we got baby Festa, aka Roe, and motherfucking baby Barney, aka goddamn Toe, nigga. Yeah, y'all niggas. But the reason why I say it like that is because the millennial kids, they was born after I was almost 10 years old when millennials came around. So that's about a quarter of my life. So a lot of the shit that you guys was just starting to do in the late 90s, I had already done in the late 80s and when you guys was just being born. But y'all wasn't outside.
So then we was outside. But we was outside doing what you did.
We was outside until about 2000, the early 2000s.
Like 2007, 2006, bro.
Niggas was outside around that time, bro.
That nigga, you was still in high school.
Nigga, I was outside. I didn't even have a phone. It wasn't no tablets. It wasn't no phones. Nigga, you couldn't get on the internet without your mama being on the phone.
Bro, I'm too big. I'm too big to be fucking bitches outside behind their house, bro. They gonna see me. I had to be inside.
The internet got popular after like between 95 and 2000. It really got popular after 2000. But the internet,
bro, in 95 I was 4.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, nigga. I was already outside.
But wasn't no social media, nigga. Wasn't none of that shit to be on the computer for, bro. All that was on the computer was emails. All you could do was check your email.
Hold on. See, that's where you're wrong. Because first of all, you was 4. You wasn't even there. You don't know what you're talking about. We didn't have like Facebook. You understand? We didn't have MySpace. That came later. You understand? But we had shit like Craigslist, the Hotmail, goddamn Yahoo Chat. We had all that shit.
That's all email and shit. Like what?
You had nothing to keep you inside, bro. Like you had
nothing for no kid. There was nothing entertaining for no kid to sit in out. And not even everybody had the internet. You had to do that that weird ass all that bullshit to even get on the computer. Didn't everybody have no computer? I don't think I got a computer until high school. Right. And when I use my computer, exactly, because that electric bill ain't no hoe.
Wait a minute, nigga. That noise that you made sound like how you sound when you square up with a burger, nigga.
You sounded like a woman comedian, bro.
I'm not a comedian, though.
I noticed though. I just saw that display though. Hey, bro. You just showed me you weren't no comedian. Like 30 seconds.
Anyway. The next topic I want to talk about is cheating, because cheating is considered to be toxic also.
Just cheat on her.
This nigga. Anyway, this cheating is what I would consider to be this new wave cheating. This is definitely niggas who ain't never been outside before. And what I would like to know from y'all is, do you agree or disagree with this dude's logic? And would you actually really consider this to be cheating? Let's get to the videotape.
What are you doing?
Electronic, where you going?
What is wrong?
I'm back.
I didn't sign up for this.
Actually, is it weird for females to use a rose?
No.
So why is it weird for guys to use a rose?
It's just weird.
Actually, hold on.
It's just weird. Is that another person?
It's a robot.
Oh my God,
I'm so sorry. Hold on, girl.
What are you doing?
Electronic, where you going?
What is wrong? I gotta go.
I'm back. Electronic.
I didn't sign up for this.
Actually, is it weird for females to use a rose?
No.
So why is it weird for guys to use a
That is just weird.
Actually, hold on.
It's just weird. Is that another person?
It's a robot.
Nigga, did you hear the robot say, "I gotta go"?
So I'm kind of lost. Before you go into it, she said, "Is this just a rose?" And what happened after that? Like, what was he talking about? Like, it's weird
Basically,
for a woman to have a rose.
Basically, what he's saying, what he doing is he having quote unquote like sex in the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? But he having sex through virtual reality. And what he asking her was, she is it cheating if it's virtual is the question. And he asked her, well, how could you say that anything about this when you use a rose to get yourself off? That's like the same thing to me. What's the difference? You know the little sex toys, the little rose shits?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what he was asking her. You want me to run it back one more time so you can check it out?
No, I just didn't hear what he said. I saw what was going on, but I just didn't hear that little part. Like, after he said what's the difference between the rose and, I guess, the robot. But I got it now.
Yeah. So, of course, like I said, cheating, it would be considered to be a toxic behavioral trait by most people. You know, I mean, I'm willing to bet on that. But if it's virtual, is it cheating? And if your woman got sex toy, is she cheating on you? I mean, I need to hear what y'all think.
I've always had this weird thing with the term. Like, why is it called cheating? You know, you ever play like a game with a little kid and they don't know how to play, and you whooping their ass, and they like, you cheated, even though you playing fair, they just trash. I feel like when women say that about dudes, that's kind of what it is. It's like, because to me, what you think is more cheating at the game of what y'all doing? What they claim it is, or you saying, hey, you gonna be the only person I have sex with? Her making you agree to only have sex with her, but never have sex with you. Which one is more cheating?
I think that's an interesting take on it, because cheating actually is not an accurate term. It would be rather I'm lying, or you know, I didn't honor my word is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, cheating is sounding like, hey, I'm trying to what to me, I see it from a woman's perspective, because I guess it goes both ways, but I see it as I see it like her saying, I'm trying to get you to do what I want you to do by using my sex against you, but you're not going, but you going to go get sex somewhere else, so I can't use you. You cheat. You get what I'm saying?
Or you cheating because you're not going by the rules of the game.
By her rules.
Yeah. I made a video about
like because if you said you're gonna be the only girl I have sex with, and then she find like you say something to her, she's like, you know what, you ain't getting no sex. You know what, you ain't getting no sex. In your mind, if that's the only person you can sleep with, and you told yourself that, you gonna kind of bend to her will, and she gonna kind of get what she want out of it because that's your only source. But when you go find another source, you're like, okay, man. And to her, that's cheating. Oh, wait a minute. No, you cheating. It's not fair.
But it's not cheating. And
it's not cheating. It's lying.
No. This it's not cheating, quote unquote, what we call cheating. If you never tell a girl that she's the only one you ever gonna have sex with, or the only girl you ever want to have sex with, she can't ever accuse you. I mean, unless she's just super delusional of cheating on her. If you never admit that, or I'm not admit it, but if you never say that to her.
Look, that toxic slipping through.
That's a rookie mistake that most motherfuckers make because most motherfuckers is weak for pussy. Yeah. And when I say weak for pussy, I mean you scared that the pussy gonna leave. But what you don't understand is that women are always in competition with other women, even if the woman is not present.
Wow.
It's all about the words, baby. All about that mouthpiece. And your mouthpiece, what come out your mouth is a direct reflection of what you be thinking. And
I guess in that term I could kind of see why they call it that, because basically you just telling her that so you can get the ass, but you really doing other shit. If you get what I'm saying. It's like she said I can't sleep. If she told you I'm not sleeping with nobody that's sleeping with other people, you're like, no, baby, you the only one for me. Even though you still want to do what you're doing anyway. You cheated her out of what she technically wanted. I guess maybe.
So let me ask y'all this. I think Top said something about it earlier. So would y'all say that cheating is physical or mental? I think Top said it's mental. It's a mind thing, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it's both.
It's both. It's both, but everything starts in your mind first.
Okay.
Like the words that come out your mouth are thoughts before you actually speak them. Same thing with your behavior. Before you actually go have sex with somebody, you got to have that idea in your mind. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Basically what I'm saying, like, to me personally, all of this shit is cheating. Just like, I've never physically like fucked another chick when I was with my last girl, but I fucked Pinky, I fucked Cherokee the ass, nigga. I fucked motherfucking Layla Finesse, Tiana Trump, like in my mind. So, and my point is just like, okay, like if you think about any other source of satisfying yourself sexually, you are literally cheating. I don't care if it's a rose, it's porn, it's virtual reality, because y'all should be focused on each other, but most people don't focus on each other. Because when she stick that dildo, like your dick be fucking 5 inches and that dildo be 12, that mean that bitch cheating, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that ain't even what my dick look like, and it's a white dick, bitch. You cheating on me with a white nigga. I know it ain't attached to the body, but you still cheating, motherfucker.
It was molded after somebody.
You should be giving it to me. Like, how you gonna have? Hold on, let me finish. How you gonna have a dildo and you don't want to give me sex, but you got a dildo and a rose, but you don't want to fuck me? So basically, you cheating on me with that shit, because you should be fucking me. Like, all of your sexual attention should be towards me, but you using it elsewhere, and then you not giving it to me. So that's fucking cheating. But go ahead. I just want to
exactly. Exactly. That's even more cheating than with the dudes, because for most situations, with most guys now, they let the girl set the precedent on that. So she say, hey, we exclusive, right? That means only me and you. And then if you not enough, That's what she going off and doing. Same thing with a dude go be his because she ain't give it to him.
Right.
Just the difference is one is I guess I can't think of the difference right now. But the point that I'm making is technically everybody cheat.
Yeah, but
If
the
you
thing
went to your
is,
girl
we don't
phone right
turn
now
it
and checked her
down though.
history.
We don't turn it down, though. Just to throw that in there, we don't turn it down. That's the big difference. Like, they'll turn us down, but we don't really turn it down unless she just really fucking piss us off. You know what I'm saying? So they use it more to use it against us. We just be wanting it to want it. They use it as like manipulation and trying to get power over you. So that's like the difference.
Right.
That's why it's more fucked up when they do it, because she ain't gonna never come to me and be like, I want some dick, and I'm gonna be like, nah, you didn't make my eggs this morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but that's
Exactly.
how it
You
should be,
denied
but
the
it ain't like
opportunity
that.
to get it from me. You denied the opportunity to get it from me to go get it off yourself with a rose or whatever. Versus a dude not gonna do that. A dude not gonna be like, no, I'm not about to go fuck you. I'm about to go beat my meat. Unless you piss him off.
Right, right.
Indeed, but I think the elephant in the room on this particular clip is dudes get ready to be having sex virtually. Is that going to be a thing? I mean,
how though? Like, you're not touching nothing.
And
that's
you
crazy.
get your pocket pussy, nigga. Get your pocket pussy, nigga.
I mean,
you think they ain't got that? They got pocket
but how
pussy.
he gonna hold the controller if he holding the pocket pussy?
He gonna figure it out, nigga.
But to answer your question, don't dudes watch porn and beat off? They not actually touching nothing in that specific situation.
Yeah, but
So,
you just watching porn in your face. Like, you're not fucking nobody online.
Yeah. Hey, Top, tell him about the Fifi you used to use, nigga, when you was in jail, nigga. Tell him.
Your aunt used to bring about visitation.
Nigga gonna put the Fifi between the fucking mattress and the box spring, nigga.
She came through for them condoms with visits every motherfucking month, my nigga.
Bro, like back when I lived in the D, my barber told me when he was in prison, dudes used to stockpile fucking mashed potatoes and put it in a plastic bag, warm it up, and beat up with that shit. Hey, bro, you want some potatoes? You already know what he asking for.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that right there.
That shit, I'm like, that shit crazy.
Only time I have mashed potatoes is when I have a meal, my nigga. That's some distinctly Detroit shit right there, nigga.
I guess, man. I'm like, desperate times, desperate measures, man.
Hey, man, you know you used to put the lotion in the sock Top. Come on, man. You 7 years. 7 years, motherfucker. You figure something out.
Hold on. How would you know about that, bro?
Shit. Look.
That nigga is a goddamn Uber renegade and they got locked up, nigga.
Hey,
and it took you some shit down there in LA County, huh?
Hey, these motherfucking shits been popping up on my feed. Like, a lot of niggas talking about fucking jail experiences and shit, like shit that they be doing and shit. So I'll be down some rabbit holes sometimes that I probably don't need to be down. Not like that. Pause for you weird niggas.
Too late. It's already clipped.
Yeah. I'm canceled. Yeah,
we got you. But I want to say a little over a year ago, me and the homie Nelly Nell, we did a video called or not. I won't call out the specific title because I can't remember right offhand. But basically, what it had to do with was that, you know, based on some specific things that women say, they are indicating to you that they think that they're better than you. For example, when women say to you, "I'm independent," if you were to translate that into quote unquote womenese, what she's saying is,
I don't need you, nigga.
I'm better than you. That's what she's saying. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need a man.
She's saying, I don't need you here. I want you here.
No, she's saying I'm better than you is what she's saying, in essence, because I could do with or without you. You know what I'm saying? You heard the phrase before. Women say I could do a bad all by myself. I always respond, well, that's good. I could do good all by myself.
Oh, stupid.
Nobody but me. I don't got no liabilities. It ain't nobody but me. I get to keep all the money.
That's why you hide all her man-made dildos, you know, since she don't need a man, you know, like you gotta hide her dildos and shit that was made by a man and shit.
I only met one chick recently in the last handful of years that had a dildo. Any other chick I had, they be into that motherfucking anal play and shit. They be having like ass vibrators and shit.
Damn.
But you
I
know,
believe
that's some grown people shit right there. Because at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? It all boils down to who's fucking who and who trying to fuck who. You understand what I'm saying?
Everybody fucking everybody.
Dudes want to fuck. But what most guys don't understand is women want to fuck as much as you do or more. I mean, at this point in time, it should be quite obvious. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into a lesson with the homie Dante Nero. You know, this Patrice O'Neal homeboy, he was on the Black Phillip show in regards to the type of man you got to be thought of by a woman in order for that woman to follow your program, whatever your program is. Let's get into the videotape.
A woman doesn't like a dude. Any dude she likes is better than her. It's clearly, decisively better than her. Even loser dudes. Even you can have a loser dude who's just like dangerous. Right. Like but it's something that they don't have that they admire. But as soon as you get to the point where you're equal, pack your bags. Really? It's when she feels as though she's equal to you. She doesn't think you're better. She loses respect for you. She doesn't find you attractive, and then she'll leave you. A woman doesn't like a dude. Any dude she likes is better than her. It's clearly, decisively better than her. Even loser dudes. Even you can have a loser dude who's just like dangerous. Right. Like but it's something that they don't have that they admire. But as soon as you get to the point where you're equal, pack your bags. Really? It's when she feels as though she's equal to you. She doesn't think you're better. She loses respect for you. She doesn't find you attractive, and then she'll leave you. A woman.
So, agree, disagree, and commentary, and then I'll share my thoughts.
Shit, hell yeah. She gotta like low key, like, cause like a lot of niggas think it's about like, you know, money and what you got. Like, nah, if you the lit friend in your friend group, you know, y'all all bums and shit. Like, let's say y'all all just live on Skid Row, but your tent bigger than all the other niggas' tents, and they follow you, and she see like you the leader of the bums, nigga. She will still fuck with you because you a leader or something, even though she got more than you, but she ain't leading shit. So she'll be like, damn, this nigga really got homeless people following him. He got a homeless army, and he the fucking general, nigga. I fuck with that. And that's why you see, like they was talking about, a loser nigga could get bitches. He might be a loser, but you know, he might fuck the best in this city. You know what I'm saying? The hoes might be talking about him like, yeah, that nigga ain't got shit, but you know, he be fucking the shit out of these hoes. That might be his master level, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So it's just, if you better, like he was saying, if you better than them, they are gonna admire you. Cause I figured that out, nigga. Just being a nigga that live in his car, I thought I was gonna get no bitches. But once they hear me talk and hear my mind and hear about where I'm going and my knowledge and what I know and all this other shit, they still respect me. You know, they admire me, but they got more money and everything than me, but they still admire me because of who I am and what I stand for.
Facts. What about you, Tom?
I would kind of go off of what he said and say it's kind of like they see a quality that they wish they had. It's almost like a pupil. They kind of want to learn from you, but a lot of the behaviors, I won't say all, but a lot of the behaviors can't be really emulated by them, which makes them like you more. Like, damn, how the fuck does he do that? And it's like it's more of an infatuation. And when you like, he on some petty stuff, you know, like for instance, like if you go if like you and your girl work at the same job, and she ended up getting promoted to manager, and you just cool with just working in that same spot, she gonna be like, he can't even become a manager at McDonald's. Why would I really be studying him like that? I did that easy, just coming in to work and asking for the job as a manager. Why he can't do that? And then she started looking at the other managers like, well, shit, they can do it. And this dude been doing this for 10, 20 years. That's impressive. And he do it better than me. And somehow, next thing you know, she's sleeping with your manager. Or even better, a personal trainer. When you let your girl go to a personal trainer, it ain't because the dude buff. It's because the dude is like originally capable of doing exercise and she was never capable of doing. He get her to that point. And she's like, wow, I couldn't teach nobody that. You got me. You helped me. You helped me do something for myself I couldn't do by myself. And that's why she fucks the personal trainer. Not because, he look good, whatever, working out person. Like, we care more about looks than they do. Look at look at the rappers that got the most kids, and they the ugly ones. It ain't about that. It's about a quality that they like, that they see in you that they can't emulate on their own.
Indeed. Once upon a time, if not once, it ain't happened. I said that, and I remember dudes, they didn't like clown me directly, but I could tell that, they didn't really, what I said kind of went over their head. And what I said was a variation on what Dante Nero said. And that is that women choose the dudes that they would be like if they was dudes themselves. It's another way for saying that women choose the dudes that they admire, certain things about them that, turn them on and make them feel like a female in the presence of a man. And a lot of you dudes, one mistake I see dudes making is they be trying to figure out, because I've had dudes come, in the back chat and ask me, what is it that females like about guys? And I say, it's specific to the woman. But you, as a guy, you really don't. You want to be so on top of your shit that you know what I'm saying, what you offer a female. You're aware of what it is that she like about you, but you minimize it to such a point that you virtually ignore it because you really don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Most of you guys ain't never had a chick give you that motherfucking look like she could just eat you the fuck alive. Like you just got it's just something about you that's so motherfucking sexy to her that she just turned the fuck on. And I remember King Dre talked about this. When she be wide the fuck open. All you gotta do, you ain't even gotta say sex. All you gotta do is take that bitch by the hand and lead her to where the fuck you want to go and do what you want to do with her. I've had that experience with women before, where they be wide the fuck open like they in a goddamn trance. I remember one time, I was rolling a blunt, and I later came to find out because after thinking on it for some time, I later came to the conclusion that this chick was turned on because she was over here fantasizing about me eating her pussy. Why? Because she was watching me lick this blunt.
And how did that shit
What?
taste, nigga?
The blunt was delicious.
Nigga. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that was a good comeback, though. I like that. That was a good comeback.
Nigga,
I didn't know you was ready.
Nigga, the blunt was delicious, nigga. Just like this motherfucking these grape runts I'm over here smoking right now, nigga. Purple runts, grape runts, purple rain prints. I don't know what the fuck this shit called. I'm high than a motherfucker. I'm sleepy too. But being better than the woman is a prerequisite. And I know that shit sounds toxic. It sounds fucked up. But it's not when you really think about it. Because if you the man and you the leader has to be better in many areas than those that follow him. So you have to be better. And being better is a relative thing. The question you should ask is not doing a man, for you women out there, what you mean a man better than me? And for you dudes out there that would question it, what you need to ask is better at what? You understand what I'm saying? See, most of you
Yeah,
motherfuckers don't think
it's
critically. You don't ask questions. You just get emotional about what the fuck has been said. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, your thinking got to be. Oftentimes, your thinking is more complicated than the actual concept. Like being better ain't particularly like, oh, you got to jump through these hoops and become this champion. Like that's why, like knowing who you are and knowing like your best qualities of yourself is how that come out. Like for instance, one thing with me is like my inability to be the nigga you talking to on here right now in whatever setting I'm in. Like I could be in a professional setting and still be who I am, but be professional about it. I could go to a casual setting and do the same thing. I could go to church and be the same person, just mix into it. That's one of the qualities, a lot of women like about me. It's like I'm straight up. And a lot of times, and that's simple because a lot of women live their life having to put a mask on all day. And they will enjoy the freedom of just being who the fuck I am, being who the hell they are everywhere they go. And some of them can't do that, even if they try. They're just like, oh no, what if I'm embarrassed by this? What if I'm not? And like, it's not, like I say, it's not something like, oh, I'm better at calculus than this bitch. Like, you ain't got to do all that. Once you understand yourself and you know what's the best qualities of yourself, you're going to attract the people that's attracted to what you are. The problem is most people focus on the people that's not attracted to what they are.
Exactly, and I'm glad that you said that because that's a lot of the problems that I see with these these red pill manosphere, passport bros, and all of that shit. They very disillusioned with women. But if you understood women, motherfucker, and how they work, and the fact that they pick dudes, at least in part, based on what they admire about them, then how could you get mad that this toxic ass bitch over here from the hood who fucked with Ray Ray and got 3 babies, why are you mad that she didn't pick you? You're not that kind of guy. She shouldn't even be in your conversation. But I understand that niggas be trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? And point made, point taken. But the degree that dudes have went to, make themselves look like the punk ass niggas that they are is astounding to me. And this is why you hear these females say, I'm independent and I don't need a man. Translation, I'm better than you, nigga. And they act on that. And what's niggas' response? To act just like the bitches. Complain, whine, and run away from the problem. Instead of, doing I don't pay
even they're trying to go for people that don't want you.
When women get to acting crazy around me, I will shut the fuck down and not respond to them. Yo, you a little out of hand right now. You need to chill out and cut it off. But
but he can't, he can't because
the way that these dudes is acting in mass, right, is the way you see these dudes acting when they find out that their girlfriend had cheated on them, and now they got to make a viral video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's
They're
it,
doing
man.
the same thing chicks do.
But shit, that goes back to what we talked about in the beginning, man. Like shit, you can't act like the story I was telling in the beginning about the girl that I picked up. I'm like, oh, you can't sing. It's just like, okay, if niggas saw her, they'd be like, God damn, bro, like she is so bad. Honestly, she was a hoe. I dropped her off on the hoe strobe, literally. But like I talked to her like she was a regular human being, and she probably be like, oh, this nigga don't think that he better than me. Like he just like a regular chill ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who this nigga think he is? And she was fucking with that, But that's like what we was talking about in the beginning, them being masochists and all of that. You can't be that nigga to her if like you can't. She ain't gonna fuck with you, nigga, if you don't. How can I say this without sounded fucked up. If you don't like violate her in a little way, not violate her like, you know, like take advantage of her when she don't want to, but just like, you know, like be a little disrespectful to her. And you ain't gonna disrespect nobody that you worship. So how could she fuck with you in the beginning? I don't know if y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You got to like you set the tone of like, hey, I don't just because you dress like you dress, you put this little clown makeup on your face, you put a wig on your head. I know you just a person. I know you just you're like, bro, like you ain't shit for real, and that's okay. Like you ain't gotta be shit.
Because I ain't shit either, and we can just be not shit together. God damn it.
Right. On what Top had said earlier, that's a perfect example of what you said the episode's supposed to be about, the toxic shit. Where you said when the girls start acting, doing all that crazy shit, you just shut down. Like, all right. Like, it's toxic, but at the same time, bro, it worked.
Exactly.
She can sit here and yell at herself the whole time. And she gonna eventually, like, you try to go back and forth. It sounds logical. Trying to explain your point. Once you get past a certain point, you want to try. No. I want you to get. No, be quiet. Just chill out. Like it sounds toxic, but like once you do that, I bet you she gonna get to a point like, so you just not gonna say nothing. You gonna let me speak? And she gonna listen. Because what's gonna happen is if she don't listen, you either go shut down again, or you just go, you know what, I think I should just go. And that feeling of sitting there by herself is worse than her being talked at the way, like her being told about herself. She would rather be in there with you, being told about herself, especially if she's in the wrong, than for you to get up and bounce. Because either way, she knows she's wrong, but she didn't get the outcome that she wanted to get out of it, so she pissed. It's the same thing when you do some shit and you didn't get the sex. You like, damn, I didn't put myself out the position to even get it.
The moral of the topic of discussion is basically this: is that everything has its place. You understand what I'm saying? And to say that that you should, or that is even possible to operate completely toxic free, you understand, in a relationship with a female is an indication that motherfucker don't know what the fuck he talking about. And I'm here to tell you that. You know, you don't have to take my word for it. You can go out there and put the shit to an acid test your goddamn self. All you need is a female. And you will find out at some point in time in your dealings with this female, toxicity is going to come to the forefront. And it's going to be a necessary part of what y'all doing in order to get the result that you're looking for. So, you know, when you hear motherfuckers tell you that, you know, you could deal with women and don't ever be toxic, it's not true. You understand? And like I pointed out, toxicity is useful in certain cases, in certain applications. I mean, if you out in the motherfucking woods and you get bit by a motherfucking rattlesnake, you need some what? Some anti-venom. Well, how they make that? With venom. The same shit that's getting ready to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that in mind, we're going to get to the last clip so I can get the fuck on up the road. And we'll try to be back next weekend. Or we might even switch back to Mondays. But we'll talk about that in the back chat later. Anyway, let's get to the motherfucking videotape.
Over there, in that car, is my standby wife. Sweetheart! Sweetheart!
Bennett!
You see what I mean?
Oh my God.
Now listen, Njideka. If this lady gets here and holds me, I'll take her to the altar. But if you change your mind and get here before she does, I'll wed you. The choice is yours.
Stay toxic, niggas, and get you a goddamn standby wife. That video was dedicated for all you motherfuckers who trying to get married. Because, see, the truth of the matter is, marriage is a form of hoeing because you paying for the bitch. You just paying for her to do different things than what motherfuckers normally pay hoes to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's whatever, you know. You can think of it however you want to. You're free to do that. But in this particular video, man, I can't really give you a whole lot of context because it's just a clip. But one thing, well, two things I could point out immediately. The first thing is you have to give women options. What does that mean? You have to give them shit to choose from. Your personal menu of things that you can choose from to get from or do with me. And number two, women are always in competition with other women. So you got to be the kind of dude that your woman knows another woman wants. That's toxic in its very nature. You understand what I'm saying? She wants you because another bitch wants you. And then number three, when it comes to marriage, for women, it's really all about status, but status among other women. For all you motherfuckers who want to get married, she's not doing it for love. She might not even be doing it for legacy. She might just be doing it so that she could be the shit among her girlfriends, because I know bitches like that.
Oh, most definitely. I could attest to this.
They fronting their husband facing around their friends and shit, but you know, when you really sit down and kick it with them, the truth will come out. Even if you have to decipher it, if you know how. But any one of you niggas got standby bitches? A standby wife? Would you?
I plead the fifth. I just, I've had, so like, at a period of time where I was dating multiple women, I'd tell them. I said, hey, you know, I'm talking to other women, so like, you know, just before you ever, you know, before I get to whatever, I got, you know, 3, 4 other chicks that I mess with. And, you know, they ask their little questions, but they try not, like, you can tell who down with it by the questions they ask. If they ask some questions like, oh, well, what you got 4 chicks for? She ain't really for it. But if she be more like, okay, so do you like, for instance, a lot of them have an issue with like being had sex with back to back, which is understandable. When she asks the questions on how she can fit into it, she's for it. When she asks questions about like the whole system, she's not with it. You know what I mean? And a lot of dudes don't do that. They try to figure out her terms. So they don't see like, hey, wait a minute, like you know, like I'm the guy that's being chosen.
Hey man, niggas, like I always say, you know what I'm saying? And I even put it in my IG again, probably for the 10,000th time. You know what I'm saying? I always refer back to the chess analogy because you hear a lot of motherfuckers, and I know that they either don't play chess or they just really just some simp ass motherfuckers. But you hear motherfuckers say shit like the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard, and what they don't understand that they doing is, one, they don't have an understanding of how the game really go, and two, they
because the game ain't over when the queen gone. The game is over when the king go.
Exactly. You could, and not only that, but you could play a game without the queen, and if there is no king, there is no game. You understand what I'm saying? But dudes have a tendency to devalue themselves against females. Like with me, what I do is if I'm actually dealing with multiple females, then I let it be known. I let it be known very obviously. And then I run down my protocol. I let chicks know you can't even fuck me unless you go get an STD test. And everybody I'm fucking, we all going to get an STD test. We all on the same schedule. And if you don't make it, we ain't fucking. Period. That's the rules. You know what I'm saying? And what I've found by doing that is chicks respect that because it makes them feel like I respect them and their bodies. You understand what I'm saying? Because in all honesty, even though chicks know that you out there smashing other women, they not really too cool with you sticking your dick in her and then going to stick your dick in this chick, even though under the right circumstances you can stick your dick in front of in both of them at the same time in each other's presence, and they would be cool with it if you knew what the fuck you was doing. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as marriage go, you know, I think a lot of dudes is still under the illusion, you know what I'm saying, that it's possible to have a successful marriage, at least in the United States, when the odds are against them. You understand what I'm saying?
It depends on your goal in the marriage. Are you in this marriage for what they used to do it for, to bond two families, one rich family, another, you know, the business aspect in it, or are you in it because you found your soulmate that you love for eternity and a half? Or did you find somebody that you could build and deal with shit with? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I didn't marry you because you give me the best sexual pleasure. I married you because you know how to handle your shit in the field that I handle my shit in, and we can build a lifestyle that I can enjoy. And a lot of the times, that's why you got a lot of couples like the Will and Jada shit, where they together, but they be fucking on other people. Because I'm not with this person for, oh, this will be the last and the only person I'm gonna have sex with for the rest of my life. I'm with this person because this is the only person I can sit in the house with and be like, hey, I like how you handle the house. I come home comfortably. We live together. But people don't think about that part. They like, oh, this is the person I'm gonna make love to for the rest of my life. You don't think about like, hey, this person kind of a shitty budgeter. Like, they spend money faster than they make it. I probably shouldn't tie myself to this person for the rest of my life. You too focused on all this other made up intangible shit when it comes to marriage.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point that you bring up, and that is that people should ask themselves the question: what the fuck are you getting married for? What's the purpose? Because see, your purpose is just not limited to your purpose. You know, everything is intertwined with your purpose. You know what I'm saying? You should always be asking yourself, why are you doing the shit that you're doing, and what do you hope to gain from it, or what do you hope the result to be? You know what I'm saying? But even when it comes to being married, man, women don't stop being women. And the same way, you know, shout out to the GOAT, Patrice, rest in peace. The same way that you was with your woman when you first met her before you get married, you got to keep that shit hot. And I'm gonna tell you, it's difficult to do because I know that I done had bitches in my life far longer than most of you motherfuckers probably been fucking. You know. And now I'm gonna pop my collar on that one. But shout out to the homie Ro. He had to go attend to some emergency business. He wasn't able to finish the broadcast with us. But that is the end of the broadcast. Tone, if you got some final thoughts, if you got any shows or anything coming up, if you want to go ahead and share your socials so the people know how to get in contact with you for any reason that they may see fit, go ahead and drop it now, and we gonna wrap this thing up so we all get out of here, and we'll be back next weekend, hopefully.
Well, as y'all already know, you can follow me on Instagram at ToneYourFool. I'm back posting shit again. And as for final thoughts, I would just say, it's something we always reiterate, but I was always told in school, the stuff that I say multiple times is something you should probably take note of. And it's that, bro, the power of you, man. Like, a lot of people, this is on the women's side too, but this is obviously a men are more of our demographic, but like realizing like, what about you? The positives, like your pluses and your weaknesses. And when you pick a woman, you should pick a woman that covers your weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like, and you match her weaknesses where y'all build each other. If that's what you're doing, you shouldn't be marrying nobody because they have good sex. They look cute. They look like this. Like, unless when you marry this person and their good looks add to your overall look of your business. Even then, I'm kind of like, whatever. But it's more about understanding the tangible stuff of why you're making that decision. Not this like made up lovey-dovey bull that they were taught to believe and somehow pimped men into believing. It's not about that, because at the end of the day, that shit get tired. You know, regardless of what, if it's something intangible that you swear you like at a certain point, it's gonna either fade on her end or it's gonna be like, okay, this is boring. You know what I mean? But like, because it serves no true purpose but to satiate something that you can't really reap the benefits of in reality. Like, I'm not saying don't love her, but like, make it about more than just like all this other made up BS. Like, there's actual, like, or just don't get married, man, because like everybody don't have to get married. To be honest with you, a lot of people are better off as just single people who live together. They can do damn near the same thing that's going on, you know, just, I guess, try not to have no kids, or even then have like a plan. Or just go, I mean, at this point, everybody fucking everybody, so keep up with that if that's the case. But if you start making decisions like that affect your life, you causing your own sadness by making the decisions off of things you can't touch.
No doubt. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, when it comes to that marriage thing, man, it really comes down to how you define it. Same thing with relationships. And I don't think a lot of people realize that it's something that goes over most people's heads. And I think that, you know, most people are just stupid. Because the truth of the matter is that every word that you know was defined or made up by somebody. So you should learn to use words in such a way, you know what I'm saying, to help you communicate by defining the shit that's coming out of your mouth. You understand? And you should ask yourself, what is a marriage? What am I getting married for? What's the goal? What's the purpose? Since motherfuckers is always talking about purpose. And as far as toxicity goes, it's not possible to not be toxic at all in your relationships with women. And if you know women well enough, they will find a way to bring it up out of you. It's something that they desire that they don't often speak about. But if you know, you know. And anybody who tries to tell you that you should never be toxic at all in any situation, particularly dealing with women, don't know what the fuck they talking about. It's not even possible. That's like saying, don't ever be evil. You're a human being. That's part of human nature. It is what it is. Learn how to utilize it and use it to your benefit without doing harm to somebody else. And I guarantee you it'll help you out in your relationship. This is some free game from me to you. If you want some more,
you pour medicine in juice to convince a baby to take medicine. That's toxic. That should be considered, you're lying to the kid, but it's for the kid's benefit.
Anytime you tell a lie, you are technically, by definition, being quote unquote toxic. I want to say shout out to Miss Misha Mack. Thank you for coming through, Miss. And the incomparable Sir motherfucking Ism in the building. Shout out to you. And we're going to be back next week again, hopefully, because I'm liable to get on some Axel Foley shit and go on vacation. Even if it's just for the weekend. Until next time, folks, we get with you. Peace to the homie Ro. And peace to you, Tone, man. And talk to you soon, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. Slide y'all motherfuckers out with the young homie, Jay Geezer. Because all you can do is try, man.
Only thing I wanna do is to perform before a nigga dies. Get the feeling that we made it in my city's eyes. Just living life, no, I'm living mine. If we ain't make it to the top, man, at least we try. A day in the life, lead the best nights. I know you see me in them bright lights. I just stand here a man in the spotlight with champagne flows and pop bottles until I drop. Trying to catch J.G.I.Z.A. On records I hypnotize any competitor doing whatever to try to minimize. Eyes be on the grind till my cake right. Got my city on the back through the hustle in that concrete jungle. When that times I struggle through that grapevine, chilling in that cloud of that grapevine. Like a star I just shine in the late night. And from the kingdom I make them recognize I'm alive. Trying to figure why these whack niggas trying to bite. Eat the head of these haters, now I got the itis. Switch to something nicer, and my touch is Midas. And your girls love us, cause ain't none like us. Iron fist swing fire like Air Bison. Iron fist KO a nigga, M. Tyson. Blow horns for my enemies, no Viking. Just the flow, you should Tennessee, no Titan. The sky's like you, the lightning. Slash in the cipher when I'm freestyling. I got a style like the 4 horsemen. Within time and swing lightsaber swords with deadly force. And my armor is night is shining. Just a star, ain't nobody can deny it. Look up in the sky if you need reminding. Blind critics saw for first sight, distorted if they look twice. Got her to the manger, it's amazing. 3 kings, 3 wise men. Spit danger, eyes shrunken, drunk driving. Pimp blowing, I'm lane switching with no license. Just do it for the checks, I lie Nike. Parachuting from the jet, young skydiver. Higher than that tenor singer in choir. Flyer than that bag from that new designer. I got bags of this shit, I'm a true supplier. So put the lighters in the air, make you feel the fire. Only thing I wanna do is to perform before a nigga dies. Get the feeling that we made it in my city's eyes. Just living life, know I'm living mine. If we ain't make it to the top, man, at least we try.